There we go. All right. Sorry. Was having a little technical difficulty right there. Welcome to another episode of Let's Argue. I am your host and commentator, Altonio. It's just Altonio. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We have another exciting show. Um, what do you do? Would you rather social media send you receipts on a partner that has been unfaithful? What would you prefer? Would you prefer not to know, or would you prefer social media to kind of be in your business? Let me know what your thoughts are. Um, so yeah, this is the topic today. Uh, would you want if you had some a partner that was cheating and social media found out about it? Would you want random people coming into your inbox letting you know about what was going on, sending you receipts of that the relationship? What would you do? How would you handle that? Me myself personally, I definitely wouldn't want. I think if there's going to even be a chance of reconciliation, there's probably not going to happen with everybody knowing. You know, it's one thing to for you to know, and maybe just maybe a handful of people, but with social media and everybody's in your business, it just adds I'm not saying it can't be done, but I think it just adds a layer of difficulty to forgiveness, because I don't think any one of us likes to be embarrassed. So it could definitely just complicates matter. In my personal opinion, I just think it just complicates matters. So yeah, I don't know. It complicates matters. So, but I want to know your thoughts. If you're tuning in live from Facebook or YouTube, go ahead and hit hashtag I'm outside. Let's argue. We did start the show a little early, only because of the presidential debate. I want to see it. I'm sure some of you want to see it. So I wanted to start a little bit early because it starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I wanted to be able to and I want to be able to, and I also want to be able to give you the opportunity in case you wanted to watch it, to be able to tune in without missing anything. I guess I could have recorded it, right? But anyway, we're here, we're live, we're on Facebook and YouTube. So go ahead and leave your comments. I'd like to know what your thoughts are. You guys already understand the assignment. Hashtag I'm outside. Let's argue. So today's game that we're going to play is brought to you by, like I said, all games we play are brought to you by Black Game Artists. Hopefully you can see this. It is tonight's conversation card game, and this is relationship debates. So we're gonna and I think I've always hopefully if I haven't communicated this, let me communicate this now. If you are ever interested in coming into the virtual studio with me and kind of doing what I'm doing here with me to help aid and assist me with this, I'll be more than happy to send you a link. Come on into the show, and we'll chit chat and kind of read some of the comments, and then you can kind of give your feedback live. And some of the people who are regulars to the show will be able to put a face to the name or name to the face. So yeah, come on in. And I like to get your thoughts on what's going on. Like I said, we did have to start the show a little bit early. Like I said, only because of the presidential debate, so we kind of started a little early, just so give other folks and myself the opportunity. If you wanted to check that out, you could. But again, today's topic is you're in a relationship, your significant other gets caught cheating. Social media finds out about it, and now the details of that relationship is or that affair or whatever is now went viral. You got random people sending you messages all in your inbox, dropping pictures of what they saw. Hey, what's up, cuz? Thanks for tuning in. Dropping pictures and things like that. Like I said, for myself, I know that would be if there was even going to be a chance of reconciliation, I think it dramatically drops the moment social media gets in your business. Hey, cuz, so today's subject is if you're in a relationship and would you want social media and your significant other was, thank you for putting the hashtag, and your significant other is stepping out of the relationship, and would you want social media sending you receipts in your DM, dropping your pictures, letting you know what was going on? How would you feel about that? Like, what would be your position on that? Would you want social media sending you receipts? I myself personally definitely wouldn't want that. I think it just adds a whole nother level of embarrassment to the situation. And then I don't know, I think some people just need to mind their own business. Like, I mean, it's one thing to see somebody out that you know, and then you reach out to somebody and say, hey, I saw so and so, but to post it on social media, and I know there are people out there, people like that. They don't. That's just that's the kind of stuff they do. They live for kind of chaos and putting your business on social media. There's folks out there that they get off on that kind of stuff. I myself, I don't, but I just think that if there was a chance for the relationship to be healed or reconciled, and again, I'm not saying that it couldn't happen. I think it just dramatically drops when social media gets involved, and someone, as when we talk about thousands upon thousands of people that knowing your business. Maybe they don't know all the intimate details, but they know enough about the relationship to, to start posting pictures and conversations or whatever, and then now it just makes it that much more difficult for you and the person that you're in a relationship with to heal and reconcile when your business is all over social media, and that's why, yeah, it's just you just got to be careful about what you post. uh and because at the end of the day, when you post your business on social media, people do want to know, okay, well, if you're putting all the glory stuff out there, what about the bad stuff? We everybody, because we live in this age of social media, we want to know all the glory details. Yeah, you're right, because it happens with celebrities all the time, but it comes with, I think that comes with the territory. So that yeah, you're right, it does, but that comes with the territory. For normal, everyday, hardworking people like you and me, yeah, I think that this, but we're so quick to pull out a camera and take a picture and post stuff, um, that we don't think about the human element of it and how it may affect somebody. I don't think we don't think about that. But yeah, you're right, it happens to celebrities all the time, and I don't make it right though. That even though it happens to them, it don't make it right. But I think to some degree or another, they kind of sign up for that, as when you become a star. And I don't even lie, I even worry about what I'm doing right now, like, you know what I'm saying, like, just if when I get to a point, like, are people gonna start coming for me and making stuff up, and everything I say is gonna be scrutinized? I even think about some of the things that I say, some of the videos I post, because they'll go back, and people want to come for you. They'll go and grab things you posted 15, 20 years ago or whatever, however long the internet been around, and then put your business out there. Okay, she said, then don't do nothing. You're going to be embarrassed for later. And it's not so much being embarrassed, but people will use things um, to try to make you look bad. To try to make you look bad. I mean, that's easier said than done. Then you don't do nothing or say nothing that's going to make you look embarrassed. At the end of the day, I hope I have the intestinal fortitude. God forbid nothing like that ever happens to me, to own whatever I put out there. You know what I'm saying? So, but I definitely hear you. But I know for me, I definitely wouldn't want, if that was my lot, I wouldn't want nobody in my business like that. I definitely wouldn't want social media sending me information about my significant other, putting our business out there because they caught. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wouldn't. That would be really, a bitter pill to swallow. Like, for real. Oh, you wasn't referring to me. Okay. Thank you. But still, I mean, I gotta put the mirror up to myself as well. I mean, still the point remains, I shouldn't do anything that I will be embarrassed about later. You're absolutely right. Um, but yeah, I definitely would not want social media, in my business, sending me no information on my significant other at all. Um, yeah, that would be, and like I said, if there was any chance of you reconciling, I think it dramatically brings that down. Um, um, when social media gets involved, because then you have some people who want to get on there and try to explain themselves. I don't think that I'm that kind of person about to get on there and explain nothing. But you have people that'll do that. Some people are just really thin skinned like that, and then the littlest things kind of get under their skin, and then they feel like they got to explain. And like the whole thing with Diddy, him, like he had his chest all stuck out until that video came out. You know what I'm saying? Lying and all that. And I didn't, it was just a mess. And because when I first heard about it, and I was wondering, I was like, oh, Cassie suing him. I was like, why did he pay the lawsuit so fast? Didn't know there was a video. She had receipts, So then, he had his chest all stuck out until that video came out. And then he want to play on our emotions. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in rehab and I'm getting help, blah, blah, blah. No, bro, you should have been doing that first. You know what I'm saying? You should have been apologizing first and trying to reconcile. I mean, not necessarily reconcile with Cassie, but at least trying to, he should have been trying to fix that. But instead of having your chest out, So, hey, what's up, cuz? Thank you for tuning in. Looks like y'all got the message. Y'all tuning in. Like I said, we did start like a half hour early because of the presidential debate. I want to see it, and I think some of you want to see it, so I didn't want to kind of impede in on that. So we started the live just a little bit early today. Thank you for tuning in. So today's topic is: you're in a relationship. Your significant other gets caught cheating. Social media gets a hold of it. They start putting your business out there. Would you want receipts from social media on your relationship? Would you want receipts from social media on your relationship? That is today's topic. Would you want receipts from social media on the status of your relationship? What the ins and outs? What up? What up? What up? Cuz you say hell no. Absolutely. I think that's the sentiment of most people. Like, you just wouldn't want that. I think part of us, you want to know but then I think some of us kind of have a built-in intuition, so we kind of know already. It's just confirmed. But I'd rather find out the old way. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to being my business being put on social media. It is embarrassing. It really is. It's embarrassing. Okay. Yeah, right. I agree. I don't want everybody to know either. I totally agree with you. Let's see. Cora says, I don't know if I will want it from social media, but I would want to know. Okay. Yeah, I agree. I think I totally agree. I think that's the sentiment of most people on here. That you will want to know. And like I said, I think a small part of us will want to know, but then for people, just random people just in your inbox, because most of us know each other. Either we're family, school, some sort of like that. So let's say in the instance, you got random people from school in your inbox, you know what I'm saying, sending you messages and like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I get it. It's a lot. It's a lot. It really is. It really is. It's a lot. For business that happens, for something to happen personally, but then for someone to take your business and put it out on social media, it's a lot. It adds a totally different dynamic, to the situation. Like I said, if you and your significant, and again, I'm not saying that you can't reconcile, but it just makes it that much harder when when your business is put on social media for everybody to see and be privy to and asking questions and so on and so forth. So it just makes it that much harder when stuff like that happens. So yeah, it is. But I mean, at the end of the day, we kind of live in that society now where nothing is nothing is off limits. Social media record is undefeated. HPJ said, we really ain't reconciling. So you saying you don't think it's possible to reconcile, even though the information that might have the information was put out there publicly on social media? You don't think it's possible for you to reconcile with your partner if the information is put out there? Let's see. Cora says, let's see. Social media is going to make it worse. It's already an embarrassing situation on many levels, but for it to hit social media will make it harder for people to move forward in whatever direction they want to go, because it will keep coming back, looping. Absolutely. I totally agree, cuz. I totally agree. You're absolutely right. It does. It makes it that much harder. And so let me ask you this. Let's say in the event something like that does happen, would you want the person who committed the offense to you to go on social media and publicly, I don't know, I guess, apologize about what they did, or would you just prefer to handle it like just kind of walk away quietly and just hopefully it goes away? What up, sis? Thanks for tuning in. So let's say it did happen publicly. Say it did get out there publicly. It's in the social media space. Would you want the person that committed the offense, say they caught the whole cheating or whatever? Would you want that person to go on social media and publicly on social media apologize, or give an explanation? What would you, or would you just kind of rather it just deal with it in house and just kind of move everything away from social media and kind of handling your own, especially if you in your mind you're considering reconciling? Because I mean, we're talking about this, but I don't know exact. I mean, we're talking about it in a context in which I presented to you. But of course, you know how we do on our when we get on here on this live on Let's Argue. There's all different kind of scenarios. You guys introduce all different types of scenarios, and change the context from what it originally how I might have originally put it out there, and that's fine because it just lends more to the conversation. Let's see here. Absolutely, and I feel the same way, cuz I think, but I think that might be a cancer thing. If you embarrass me publicly, I want a public apology. Absolutely, I agree. Um, I think if you put us in a situation where our business is out in the public, then I think you definitely need to. I think you need to, whatever energy you put into whatever energy you put into it to make it that, then you need to put into it to correct it as well. I totally agree. If you put yourself in a position to have our business in a public domain, then publicly you need to fix it too. I agree. Cora says, honestly, I'd want the apology to be public and private. Okay, yep, absolutely, absolutely. And I think that's only fair. I think that's only fair. Let's see. HPJ, I'm going to hide under a rock for 6 months. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that if you're in a relationship, and I think this goes for anything, to be honest. But say you're in a relationship under the circumstances in which we're talking about here. You're in a relationship, and somebody puts your significant other is caught in a compromising situation, and then that information is put on social media, and now you got random people hitting you up like, "Yo, did you know X, Y, and Z? Blah blah blah." Like, yeah, it's my response. I think it's only my responsibility because I put us in that situation. It is my responsibility. It's incumbent upon me to go and say, listen, fall on the sword. Excuse me, for lack of a better word, fall on the sword. And then I got to take my licks. I got to take my licks like a man. You know what I'm saying? Or if it was a woman, you got to take your licks like a woman. You got to stand up, pull your big girl panties up, pull your big boy pants up, and you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do. Especially if you want the relationship to succeed. And again, I'm not saying that it could not survive. It could, but everybody got to take ownership of the part that they played in it. What put you in that situation? You have to take ownership of it. You got to take ownership of whatever part you played, and having that, excuse me, that put out there in that domain, in that space, that is on you. Uh Hey Nicole, good evening. All right, well, thank you for tuning in. Hashtag I'm outside, let's argue. If you're tuning in from Facebook or YouTube, go ahead and put that in the comment section. And today's topic is we're talking about what happened to my banner? Excuse me here. All right. We're talking about I gotta adjust my camera better. So we're talking about you're in a relationship. Sorry, I was trying to fix my banner to get it to scroll. Anyway, I'm not for sure. All right. So all right. See, Nicole says, I remember when my friend told me she found my ex-husband on a dating app. When I asked him, he pretended like she was crazy. Did you go on a dating app to see if he was on there? Like I would have did that. And you know what? Like if somebody came to me about my significant other and say, "Hey, I saw so and so at a," then I'm gonna stop them right there. I'm not for sure if I'm gonna ask her about it, but what I would definitely, hey, what's up, cuz? What's going on, baby? My cousin Sonia said no, I wouldn't. If somebody came to me and said, "Oh, I saw your wife at the restaurant with some guy," okay, what I'm going to do at that point, and it really also depends on who bring me the bone as well. But I think from there, my antenna's going up. Now I'm going to start doing my investigation. I'm glad that the person didn't go and like say take a picture and put it on social media. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be mad about that because now I'm looking like you had you got an ulterior motive. Maybe you got a problem with me, or maybe you got a problem with her. Why would you put that in that public space? That would be my issue. But yeah, Nicole, I know if like I said, if that had been me and my friend told me something like that, I would have went to the dating app. Like I would have wanted to see for myself, for real. Like I would have wanted to see for myself. So again, if you're just tuning in, go ahead and put hashtag I'm outside. Let's argue, whether you're tuning in from Facebook or YouTube. But I want to know what your thoughts is. Have you ever had a situation like that? Do you know anybody? I do know, and I'm not going to say their name because some people on here know them. There was a couple that their stuff was very public. It was a marriage. Didn't know it had ended in divorce. I thought they were just separating, was trying to work things out, but their business was put out there, for all to see. It was a lot of stuff that was going on. But um, and women don't get mad at me. I understand women get emotional and then they do vindictive stuff like that. Like you start putting your business out there, and then now you got more people. And I think some of that comes from because you looking to get people on your side. So hopefully there's like-minded people that get on your side, and because you're looking for what's the word I'm looking for? You're looking for confirmation that whatever you're feeling is been confirmed. So you want people to feel the same way you do. But I just think that's just a wrong. I think that's just a wrong place to do it. Nicole say no, just probably hurt. Well, no, you just probably hurt what? What you're referring to? What question were you responding to? Yeah, but it's just the wrong when you're hurting. If that's what you were, Nicole, if you were responding to the comment I just made, yeah. But when you're hurting, like, is social media really the place to get the it's why women vent. Okay, got you. Right. When you're hurt, I get that, but I'm saying here's the thing. You are eventually, this too shall pass, but is that the place to go and put your business out there? You know what I'm saying? I get it. You're in pain, you're hurt, but is that really the space to do that in? Some women don't have friends. Okay. Then you know what? I'm gonna say it again because I'm just not advocating putting your personal business like that. Then what I am advocating, you got my show, we got an audience, and we can share that there, But also, why not start? Because I believe your testimony can always help someone else. So why not start a women's group? If whatever it is that may be bothering you, start a women's group, a support group to get women who are going through so that y'all can heal together. And again, I'm not trying to judge. I'm just saying, personally, I just think that it's the wrong space to do it in. She said yes. If you don't care about the person. Okay. I guess if that's your mission is the vengeance, because I know it ain't nothing like a woman scorn, then what can I say? There's nothing I can say that's gonna change your mind about that. If your mission is vengeance, and like I said, there's nothing like a woman scorn, then whatever you have at it. That's all I can say. I just my personal view on it, like that's just not the space for it. It's just not healthy. And I think people look at you different when you do stuff like that. Like, when you're constantly putting your personal hurts and grievances and then it was like, okay, move on. Have you start, you need to heal. And how can you constantly heal? How can you heal if that information is just constantly being regurgitated every time? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're trying to move on. Now you done being vindictive and petty, but now you're trying to, but you got other people like, girl, well, what happened? And blah, blah, blah. Like, how can you possibly heal up if that information is out there in that public domain? So, I think we just need to look at it from a different perspective, for real though. So, cuz you say you wouldn't. Sonya Moore, my cousin, she said no, she wouldn't. Why wouldn't you want your information? Why wouldn't you want it out there? Why wouldn't you want social media coming to you with receipts about your partner cheating or committing some form of infidelity? Why wouldn't you want that information out there? All right, y'all. So we do play games on the show. And I do want to, we're going to go over a couple of them. And you guys give me your answer, shoot, and feedback. Let me know what you think. Okay. A woman feels her significant other should take care of the domestic duties since he pays all the bills. He responds, no. Cooking and cleaning makes me feel less than a man. What advice would you give him? All right, I'm going to read this again. A woman feels her significant other should take care of the domestic duties since she pays all the bills. He responds, no, cooking and cleaning makes me feel less than a man. What advice would you give him? Hey, everybody got a role to play. Like, and people play different roles, and it takes some, I think what works in your household may not work in somebody else's household. I don't think he should. My advice I would advise him, like, let's consider, because you better start paying the bills then, right? And I think that would be one of the pieces of advice I would give him, or y'all partners. Like, it shouldn't all just be on one person. Like, if this is what she's doing, then where can you pick up some of the slack at? Like, it shouldn't all just be that. Well, and I get it. Well, I mean, take that back. I don't get it, because cooking and cleaning and all that other stuff. Like, no, I know my mom raised me to be able to do all that stuff. So it's not like, because she always used to always tell me it's not going to be promised to you that you're going to have a wife. So you should know how to do this stuff. So, yeah, if my advice would be, what are you doing? How can you contribute? Because clearly, if she came to you as she feeling some kind of way, so you should figure out how you can contribute to the household. And if that's one of the ways you can contribute, then until things get better, then that's how you contribute. All right. So here's another one. You find out that your significant other has been communicating with an ex. Would this bother you? Explain. What have y'all been communicating about? My cousin Cora says, I advise him to find a way to be more supportive of the household. I agree, cuz I totally agree. Find him that would be my advice as well. Find a way to be more supportive in the household. And if that means cooking, occasionally cooking and cleaning, then you gotta do what you gotta do. And the thing is that in relationship, things always change. Like, they change. And I remember a guy told me one time, he said, marriage is not about what did he say? It's not equality, it's about building equity. So you build equity into the relationship. So because there's some you might have to pull from that equity. It's like building equity in a house. You might have to pull from it one day. So you sow into it, you sow into it as you build the relationship. And as you build equity into the relationship, and that's as far as time, money, communication, love, sex. It's so many things that help build equity into the relationship. And I think the bigger pieces of the things that I mentioned is communication and time, quality time, building into that builds equity into the relationship, because at some point in time, one or both of you are going to have to pull equity from that house, aka the relationship, because you're going to need it. And a relationship is not about 50-50 or 100, because I definitely don't want 50% of a person. You want 100%. But there may be times in the relationship where you only have the capacity to give 40% of yourself, because you may be dealing with some outside things, family, whatever it is. So you're only able to give 40%. Guess what? It's up to me to put in the other 60% so that we'll have 100. And you gotta, if that means you have to draw upon that in order to get you where you need to be, so you're back at 100, then that's what I got to do. So I mean, that's how it should be in a relationship. Okay, so the second question was, you find out that your significant other has been communicating with an ex. Would this bother you? Explain. It would only bother me. One, it depends on the nature of the relationship. If that's like your kid's father or something like that. But if this is like a ex, like, okay, what is the communication? Because it could be a one-time off. Like, let's say the person, somebody, you've been knowing, you was with this person for a very long time. The family, they happen to call you and tell you, hey, so and so passed away, and y'all just got to kicking it. You know what I'm saying? And it, or whatever. I would want to understand what was the. I would want to understand what was the. What has the communication been? What were the reason you guys have been consistently talking? I guess that would be my question. Kelly said, what reason is he talking to his ex for? I would need those details, to be honest, in addition to what his ex is on. Right. Well, okay. How would you find out what the ex is on? Because he can't speak to that. Depends on the context of, and right. And that's what I was trying to communicate. Thank you for helping me find my words. What was the context of the communication? So, like, you know what I'm saying? I think that would be the biggest thing for me. Yeah. So that would be the big thing for me. What was the context of the communication? For sure. All right. So here's the next one. A woman's best friend is a chronic cheater. Her significant other feels uncomfortable and doesn't want them going out together. Is he unreasonable? Let's see. Kelly said, we know, when someone is on BS. Has this ex always been a mess starter, etc.? Okay. Yep, true. Facts. I agree with you, Kelly B. A woman's best friend is a chronic cheater. Her significant other feels uncomfortable and doesn't want them going out together. Is he unreasonable? I would say not entirely, because that doesn't mean that this person is going to do you got to know your partner. That doesn't mean they're going to do the same thing, because that's almost like that. Then I guess the other question would be is, well, and this could be a topic for another show, but can people who are in committed relationships have single friends? I would like to say yes, because it doesn't mean that you have to engage in those single activities. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with you going out to have drinks with your boy, and they're single. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because they can't make me do anything that I don't want to do. So, and just like I would hope that her friends couldn't make her do anything that she doesn't want to do, So yeah, I think it just all depends on it depends on your significant other. At the end of the day, for me, I think it all just depends on your significant other. Okay. All right, so here's the next one. A woman is receiving child support, but her child is well taken care of, so she uses the money to buy nice things for herself. Is that appropriate? Explain. A woman is receiving child support for her child. A woman is receiving child support, but her child is well taken care of, so she uses the money to buy nice things for herself. Is that appropriate? Explain. First of all, if you're ordered to pay child support, or if you're volunteered to pay child support, what she does with that money is for her concern. Because what I've come to understand is that taking care of a kid goes far beyond just child support. That monetary value, hats off to the moms that had to raise their kids on their own without the fathers. Hats off to fathers who have raised their kids and mom hasn't been involved. But that money, you can't really put a dollar amount on what it costs to take care of a kid. So if you're paying child support, if she's spending, as long as the kid is being taken care of and you're ordered to pay child support, I would not be looking at what she's doing with the money, as long as my kid is being taken care of. Looks like we got some newcomers on here. Kelly says you have to trust your partner, but they're not going to be hanging out every weekend. But you're right. A person can't make you do anything you don't want to do. Hey, Malika, what's up? If you're on here tuning in, go ahead and push hashtag I'm outside. Let's argue. Thank you for tuning in to Let's Argue. It looks like we got a couple new people here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See, Miss Martin says, to me, that would be like saying I couldn't be around someone who uses drugs. If that's not my weakness, if I'm not a cheater, I won't treat. Absolutely, you're absolutely correct. I totally agree with you with that on that assessment. If that's not your lane, then you're not going to do that. So yeah, but I think that I personally feel like it's okay because everybody's not where you are. Everybody don't have a desire to be married. Everybody don't have a desire to be in a committed relationship. Some people are okay with being, our relationship is complicated, or we just whatever. It's okay. So, and I say all that to say that you have friends that are single and they are at different stages of their life. So that means, let's say if you got a set of friends that are married and now they're going through a divorce, do you no longer have them as friends because they're going through a divorce? I mean, come off your high horse. It's okay that your friends, you have friends that are single. And to me, it just lends perspective as well, because now because I got single friends, and then some of the stuff that I hear them talking about, I'll be like, man, wow, okay. So glad I'm not in those shoes anymore. Kelly said, how do you honestly know the difference between what she is using her money for? As long as the child is taken care of, is all that's matter. And I absolutely agree with you, Kelly. If a man is paying child support to a woman or vice versa, and I know the latter part of that is not always common, but it does happen. But if the child is being taken care of, what the money is being spent on is irrelevant, because of what I can say is that the money is just a small part of what it costs to take care of a child. There's that emotional, that of course there's financial, but there's emotional support, spiritual support. There's so many other things that go into taking care of a child. Money is just a small piece of it. So what the money is being spent on to me is irrelevant. If she's going out buying herself a new Birkin bag or red bottoms or whatever, your child is taken care of. They're not one for anything. What difference do it make? Like, what difference do it make what she's spending the money on? At some point, that child support is going to get cut off, and then she's going to have to figure out a new game plan. So don't worry about it. I just think, I wouldn't worry about it. All right. So if you're just tuning in, today's topic is, you are in a relationship and would you want social media sending you receipts on your relationship? So say you're with someone and they get caught in a compromised position. They're out cheating, having a drink with someone other than yourself, whatever it is. And now you got social media all in your inbox, blowing you up saying, hey, they didn't caught your significant other doing X, Y, and Z. Would you want those receipts? Would you want to know? Myself personally, no, I wouldn't want that information out there, because I think if there's a chance for the relationship to heal or to reconcile, it just makes it that much harder if you got people constantly bringing up that sore, scratching at that wound. I wouldn't want it. I definitely wouldn't want it. It would be hard for me. And again, I'm not saying that it's not impossible. It's not impossible. It just makes it harder when when it's put on social media. It does. It just makes it harder. It makes it harder for that wound to heal. But I think we all agree, well, at least some of us have said that if you embarrass me in public, public, then you also need to apologize in public. And one person said not only in public but also in private. So yeah, I agree with that. If you, whatever energy you put out there and you put us in that situation where our stuff is aired in a public domain, then I mean, hey, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah. Well, thank you, cuz I'm glad you and Kelly both agree with me on what I said about the child support. And I mean, I just think that's, yeah, you when something like that happens and you're arguing about child support, especially when the main thing the child is being taken care of and you're arguing about child support, I think there's something more to it. You know, somebody, for me, I think somebody still care. Like, why worry about that? You know, why worry about that? I think somebody probably still got some feeling somewhere and they just don't know how to, articulate that. They haven't let the relationship go. Yeah. All right. Let's read a couple more from the game. But in the meantime, I still want you guys feedback on the topic of the show. You're in a relationship. Do you want receipts from social media on the status of your relationship? If the person is, would you want people sending you pictures or comments or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Digging all into your personal business, and then letting you know like what was going on. Would you want that information being put in the public domain? Okay, so here's my question. What if it wasn't put out there publicly, but the person, you have people in your inbox like constantly sending you information about what your significant other was doing? Say it's not being posted publicly, like, on so as soon as you pop up your feed, but it's in your inbox. Somebody's DMing you about it. Would that matter? What does that change the dynamic if it's not, the information is not being put on social media in a sense where everybody can see it, but you got people who are actively kind of in your inbox dropping you stuff that they've then found out? Does that change the dynamic? For me, it doesn't. Especially if I got random people I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't change for me. Okay, your significant other wants to spice things up in the bedroom. You agree. During sex, they ask for you to choke them. Would you explain? Yes, I would. Just give me the safe word or just tap me if it's too much. So here's the question. Your significant other wants to spice things up in the bedroom. You agree. During sex, they ask for you to choke them. Would you explain? Yes. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Just tell me if you want, if it's too much, just tap me. Just tap. And see, this is what that's what I'm talking about. So that I read that question, and it's all in fun and games. But you say, "Cuz you'll choke the shit out of ass." Oh, y'all crazy. Yep, I'm choking them out. Y'all stupid. Wait a minute. It's men who be wanting to be choked. I thought it was just the women that want to be choked. It's men out here who want to be choked. Listen here. I don't want no handcuffs on me. We ain't doing none of that. I done had handcuffs on me. I don't want no handcuffs on me. We ain't doing none of that. I need to be, I don't want to be restrained. Y'all crazy. Y'all stupid. Wait, I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah, I'll say, yep, it's men out here who want to be choked. Y'all wow for real. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, cuz they said some men want to be choked and they want to be spanked too, huh? Okay. It takes all kind. I ain't no judgment here. You do what works for you. I remember one time I was dating this chick and she said, and I thought it was the strangest thing, but she said, see, Cora says they want it, but don't want nobody to know. But anyway, I was dating this girl, not dating her, we was just kind of messing around. So we wasn't really dating. But she told me she had fantasies of being raped. I was like, really? She wanted like somebody, she be in the shower or whatever, leave the door open and the guy come in, and I couldn't do that. Like, I couldn't pull that one off. I was like, I can't do that one. Kelly said, grow up that part. someone to be, because we talked about that. Remember, I was talking about getting something together. It was like, it was kind of like a slap room where, I believe that some people want to be slapped. Now, I don't want to be slapped, but I get that some people don't mind that. Like some people like that kind of stuff. We kind of talked about that. I was thinking about not like a, well, it's kind of like, because I want to say they have it on social media now where you got people pay money or they in competition for money to be slapped. Yeah, some people get off on that. What's up, Kiki? What's up? What's up, Kika? What's up, baby? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Hashtag I'm outside. Let's argue. Go ahead and drop that in the comments for me. You say slap me, I'm punching the fuck up. I know you are too, and you ain't gonna lie. But so today's topic is, if you're just tuning in, again, drop a hashtag in the comments, hashtag I'm outside, let's argue. You're in a relationship with someone and they get caught cheating. Would you want receipts from social media about the nature of that relationship? Would you want your business in the public domain? And I think I also posed the question, would it be okay? So it's one thing for it to be out there publicly. Now you got social media sending you receipts. Would you be okay with, say, people from social media in your DM telling you what's going on with your relationship? Is there a difference, and would that matter to you? Would you say I'm always outside? You literally did what? It would depends on who's in your inbox. Okay, so let's say because it was random people in your inbox sending you information on what your significant other was doing. Okay, so if it was me, that's one thing. I wouldn't do nothing like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I saw any of y'all, and I know most of y'all don't, if I saw any of y'all significant other doing anything, I'm not coming to tell you nothing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't, because I know how some people are, and then you end up getting mad at the person who brought you the bone. Like, I wouldn't do that. Hopefully, and I'm cool. What's up? I'm getting a lot of people on. What's up? Old Park in the building, baby. What up? What up, Mike? Oh, Kika say send it. I just wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know most of y'all on here, if I saw your significant other doing something, I'm gonna be honest with you, I probably wouldn't say anything, because I wouldn't want our relationship to be affected by that. Like, and even if you found out, because I assume you at some point, I feel like you're gonna find out, and say we start talking, like, oh yeah. I wouldn't even say, yeah, I did see him out. I wouldn't even say that, because I want you getting mad at me. Like, why you seen it and didn't tell me? All right. Kika says, I air him out myself. Okay. Kelly say, me either, Al. Then they mad at you, and then they made up. Exactly. Okay, Kika said, but also, and Mike says, don't tell me. Okay. So would it matter? And I posed this question: would it matter if the person was in your inbox or if they put it out on social media? So would you? I think the original question was, would you be okay with social media sending you receipts of your relationship? Say the person you're with is cheating, and now social media then got a hold to it, and it's out there in the public domain. Would it matter if people were directly in your inbox, in your DM, or does it matter if they put it out in the public domain for everybody to comment on it, like kind of like what we're doing here? Kika says, I can't talk shit about my husband, but can't nobody else. Okay, all right, that's what I'm talking about. I hear you. That's what's up. Kika said that applies across the board. Facts. Okay, all right. So let me see. Hey, what's up, Chris? Thanks for tuning in. I got my Old Park family in the building. All right, y'all. All right, so let's read something from the game. A woman shaves her head without telling her man. He leaves her because he no longer feels attracted to her. Is he being superficial? Explain. Yes, very superficial. I'll read the question again. A woman shaves her head without telling her man. He leaves her because he no longer feels attracted to her. Is he superficial? Explain. Very superficial. I like short haircuts myself personally on women. I love it. Um, yeah, I think he's being very superficial. People comment on social media every day. Yep, you're right. Absolutely right, Kika. They absolutely do. They comment on social media every day. So Mike, the topic, if you're just tuning in, you're in a relationship, somebody spouts your significant other out in public and they put it on social media. Would you be okay with social media sending you receipts about your relationship? Kika says she literally doesn't have to ask permission for her. Right. I hear you, Kika. I agree. Very superficial. What you say, Kika? He did her a favor. Oh my God. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very superficial. I think everybody. Okay, Mike, you said no. Explain why wouldn't you want social media in your business like that? Wouldn't you? But don't. Isn't there a small piece of you that will want to know if your partner was doing something? Very superficial. Okay, let's read a couple more. You inquire about the number of sexual partners your significant other has had, and the number is way higher than you expected. Would you change? Would this change anything? Explain. First of all, let me just say this. I never, and I'm saying this to all men, never, and we are at the age where we shouldn't be having these conversations anyway. I would never ask a woman about the number of sexual partners she has because they're going to lie about it anyway. So I'm not going to do that. Like, don't even go there. The number is always going to be whatever they said, multiply that by 5 or 10. She said, these dogs. Kika said, are these dogs? These are games. So Kika, you're new to the show. I just want to say this. We play games that are inspired by Black game artists. And so we just sometimes we take the questions from the game and it might take us off into a different conversation. That's all. So yeah. So this is all fictional. Stacy says, "Don't go asking me questions you really don't want to answer to." Facts. I totally agree. I don't, when I hear guys asking that question, like, bro, don't ask that. I'm telling you, that is the wrong conversation to have with a woman. You're not going to get the real answer, or you may, and it may hurt your feelings. See, Cora says, "I'm not asking that question because he's not telling me the truth." Agree. Like, I'm not answering that question. We're not even about to ask that. It don't even matter because everybody got absolutely, Kiki. You're right. Everybody got bodies for sure. For sure. I never asked a question I'm not prepared to get the worst case answer of. Okay. If he doing something, it will come out. I will find out sooner or later. Don't ask, don't tell. All right. This ain't the military. But yeah, I'm just not going to ask that question. I think that part of being, like Hika said, everybody got bodies. So trying to lay out who those bodies was or how many you had, and then to be honest, like some guys lie on there. I know some guys lie on it. So they ain't gonna tell the truth. So yeah. But that's just what it is. Some guys lie about the number of bodies they had, and let me ask you this, ladies. Has a guy ever lied? Have you ever found out later that a guy said he bodied you and he didn't, and you had to confront him? Has a guy ever said he bodied you and then you had to confront him? Like, what? No, we ain't, you know what I'm saying? Because I admit guys do lie about that, their body count or the body they had. But has a guy ever said he bodied you and didn't? So, and then you had to confront him? Yes. Okay. Cuz say yes. Kika said, "Ooh, that's horrible." Okay. Did you have to confront him, cuz? Did you say something to him about it? Like, it's got to be embarrassing. Like, I don't understand that. Like, I've never lied on my thing. Like, it has happened, and I had to check him. Okay. Malika says, "Yep, he did, but I didn't need to. My cousin did. He didn't know they were my family." Wow. Wow. Oh my God. Okay, that was embarrassing. She said I sure did. Wow. And I just the look I would love to have seen the look on I would love to have seen the look on all the men faces that y'all said that lied on y'all. That's crazy. I never understood that. Okay, so here's the last question. You're in an official relationship with a person, but they repeatedly introduce you as their friend while at holiday family gatherings. Would this bother you? Please explain. I think we did this one before, but you know what? For shits and giggles, we got new people on here. Let's go down this rabbit hole. You're in an official relationship with a person, but they repeatedly introduce you as their friend while at a holiday family gathering. Would this bother you? Explain. Yes, it would. You're not gonna hide me. Like if we're we've committed to one another and we're saying we're in this relationship, then you're not going to be around to your family introducing me as your friend. Let's see. Kika says you are not in a relationship, right? Right. You right, Kika. You just told. You forgot how aggressive you are, girl. She said, "Fuck them." At that point, yeah, I think I'm gonna probably leave. I'm gonna probably leave. I'm gonna slide. I'm gonna ghost you. I'm gonna be out because we're not gonna be. Hopefully, we're not living together. But if we're saying we're in a committed relationship and then you're constantly introducing me as your friend because we at this family gathering of yours, yeah, we got a problem. What up, Porter? Nope, I will act like a friend from that day forward. Nah. Uh Absolutely, it would bother me and I would most likely leave. I'm with you because I would probably bounce too. Kelly said, "Yep, yep, I ain't your little friend." It's okay. Kika said, "I'm not aggressive. I'm direct and say the things people are too polite to say." Okay, aggressive, not aggressive, but direct. Okay, direct. I forgot how direct you are. Yeah. So yeah, it's yeah, I definitely at that point I'm definitely gonna probably leave and leave you there to your devices. But look, everybody, I thank everybody, especially for the new people that tuned in. We do this every Thursday at normally at 8:30. We moved it up a half hour because of the presidential debate. So in case people want to go watch it, like myself, I definitely want to go watch it. But I thank everybody for tuning in. If you have any ideas for other topics you would like to discuss in this forum, please leave me a comment in the section, whatever that topic is, or most of you know me, you can either text me or inbox me and let me know if you got any other show ideas. Also, one of the things I want to do as well, I want to bring you guys into the virtual room with me. So if you want to sit in the virtual room with me, let me know. I can always I can swap people in and out. I can bring you into the virtual room so you'll kind of be here with me and be able to see the comments and also be able to give your live commentary and people can see you on camera. That way they can put a name to the face. See, Kika says I'm getting a plate first though. Say you gonna get you some food to go. Right. So again, we do this every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's Argue is the name of the show. It's on my YouTube page, Black Marriage Chronicles. But don't forget, tune in. We want to have you on the show. Yeah, but if you want to be in the live studio with me, just let me know, and I can always send you a link, and it'll bring you into the studio with me so that you can kind of give your feedback live on the show, and then people can like put a name to the face. But you know what, guys? All right, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and log out. I'll see you later. Peace. Y'all have a good night.